Hello, I'm Mike Pence. As your vice president, I often refer to Israel as America's most cherished ally, and I believe it with all my heart. I was honored to visit Israel many times, to meet with Prime Minister Netanyahu, to visit the Western Wall, witness 4 years of progress toward peace, now more than a week of unprovoked violence against the people of Israel. The Trump-Pence administration's commitment to Israel was unrivaled. We made that clear to the world through our actions. We brokered historic peace deals in the Middle East. We withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal. And it was 3 years ago last week that our administration kept a decades-old promise, moving the American embassy to Jerusalem, the capital of the State of Israel. But from the moment President Biden took office, all that changed, and the results have reignited violence. Weakness arouses evil. Instead of seeking peace through strength, President Biden has offered weakness and ambivalence. And tragically, our friends in Israel are paying a terrible price. President Biden turned his back on Israel by restoring funding to the Palestinian Authority. And he even announced his intention to rejoin the Iran nuclear deal. His own press secretary couldn't even say whether Israel remains an important ally of the United States. Every tepid statement uttered by the Biden-Harris administration is built on a false equivalency between Israel and Hamas. One is a sovereign nation with a legitimate government and a trusted ally. The other, an internationally recognized terrorist organization that has now fired more than 3,000 rockets at Jewish families and businesses in the past week alone. There is no moral equivalency between Israel and the terrorist group Hamas. President Biden and every American leader should uphold Israel's right to self-defense and condemn the terrorists of Hamas, as well as their supporters and apologists in the strongest possible terms. The Trump-Pence administration set the table for lasting peace and an end to the decades-old conflict in the region. President Biden has replaced strength with weakness, moral clarity with confusion, and loyalty with betrayal. In the midst of these unprovoked attacks, let's pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And if the world knows nothing else, let the world know this: America stands with Israel.